So, I am going to weigh in on China today. Kind of just forgot about them, just kind of threw them to the side. Yeah, this is one of those types of places, that I've covered very briefly because you get that one big piece of information that kind of sums it all up. Yeah, like the old crest used for Hong Kong. It's got the dragon by the sea with the two beasts and the black pearl with a crown. Yeah, and the two beasts, they are a mixture of the Asian versions of the different animals that was listed to describe these things. Yeah, look it up. Lord led me to this just before the pandemic started, so I've known this quite a while. I went to the Lord about this, and he led me to Daniel 3. This is where it talks about 3 Jewish boys getting thrown into the furnace because they did not worship the image that Nebuchadnezzar had built. So basically what this amounts to is that Nebuchadnezzar, he wanted to reinforce it in the people's minds. He was in control. He was going to make them bow. Who were the ones that went against this? Christianity over there has doubled in the last 10 years. But just how accurate are those numbers? Just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man, they practiced their religion out in the open, and look what happened to them. Do people really think that, God is going to expect you to put your life at risk? Okay, so you got that leader over there, he's seeing these things take place. I mean, he's over there, he knows what's going on. And somehow he couldn't quite get it under control. And him and Soros is in a, they are kind of turning away from each other because they can't both be almighty and powerful. You know what I'm saying? They both cannot rule. I mean, you got two, in their own mind, 2 men who think that they are deities. What they say goes. They can buy and sell 10 of you. Well, they're thinking about that, about each other. How well is that going to work out? And then you got that bozo Soros stepping up. You need to do this and this and this in your country. That makes for interesting conversations around the dinner table. So for this stuff to be mostly just show, it is a type of propaganda that they are creating. Like, for example, I mean, I'm sure the guy takes one look at what we have, that idiot we have, and sees how everyone has began to rise up against him. We went from the strongest to the weakest in no time flat. Like our village idiot here, look at who his strongest supporters are. Liars, thieves, pedophiles, and those who use the excuse of being called the wrong preference in pronouns to be filled with hate and contempt for others. See, here's what that leader knows, what he understands, that all of these types of people are just like they're in the likeness of the idiot we have. How much loyalty do you think is really there? These people are just like him. They are after the bigger, better deal. So as soon as he says or does anything that these people do not agree with, they will shift from blue to red. Because, hell, at least they didn't have to put up with the higher gas prices. Do you see what I'm saying? They can be bought and sold. Well, see, that other leader does not want to end up like ours. Ours might as well be wearing a skirt. So rest assured, the tide's turning here on our idiot. Rest assured, that's not hidden in that other country. They see this. They see all this. Don't you know that sort of thing is catching? So there's a last minute thing, going through the other guy's mind. I need to get hold. I need to regain full control back over my own people, and to go back on his word. Something he's promised or something. I'm not really sure about what that pertains to. So here's where it gets just a little interesting, at least to me. So you know how I said all this stuff was just for show? It's an excuse. The was just used as an excuse, just as it always is. You got to remember, we're dealing with the same devil. So the Lord says, nation shall rise against nation. Reminded me of this in the book of Matthew as a sign of the end time. So I told you that nobody wants to look as weak as our idiot. Because of this fact, nation shall rise against nation. You don't want to look weak, do you? See, that's why they're siding with Russia. Now, I mentioned the thing about the Christianity has doubled in like the last 10 years, right? They keep an eye on this. And I know there's a lot of talk about, they censor the word over there. They don't even get, half of the gospel over there. And well, the Lord has got a couple of questions for you. And he says it will continue to grow. And it may grow underground. Now, to the people that don't understand how this could be, he says, am I confined to paper? Notice how I'm asking this. Am I bound at the wrist? You, my dear friends, have that backward. He is bound by no man-made device. I am so blown away by that. And there's something he embellished with it. You know where it talks about which is holier, the altar or the sacrifice? Go through that and consider those questions. Seeing all of the things take place over here had already prompted some of the people over there. So, this is just a means of gaining full control. So I don't really know if they got something going on over there where they had to, at the last minute, whip the donkey or something. But yeah, something's brewing. They need total loyalty out of their people. But still, just like with everything else, this is a spiritual battle. Good versus evil. God versus the devil. That is the raw truth of it. Now, when he said, nation shall rise against nation, he then said this, the people of God will be persecuted for my name's sake. That doesn't mean it won't be under false pretenses.